Guess who just realized his mic has been muted? My mouth was moving, but no words were coming out. That's super cool. That's epic. Anyway, hello everybody and welcome in. My name is Prince Mulder and you are the Muldering Court. Wonderful to see you here today. I was confused. Hey, Aurora, I was confused too. Just like every single day of my life, I am usually confused. I'm glad that worked out well. Look, you're up there on the computer, Aurora. Do you see yourself? Look, you're in the computer in the swamp. Good to have you here. So today we're going to be kitbashing a Riptide. I am incredibly excited about kitbashing a Riptide. I think it would be fun if we looked at like what a Riptide looks like, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm going for. So I actually do have like, wow, I can literally just show it to you on my desktop. But I have some ideas. Oh shit, I'm on the computer. You're on the computer. When we talk about having our little friends on the computer, you're in my computer now, and that makes me very happy. Okay, give me 1 second here. There we go. Okay, so here I can literally just, this should work. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off. You can see that is our work area. We're gonna be over there in just a second. I am gonna put us on to, there we go. So this big robot back here, that's actually the Riptide. That is what we're going to be building today. I mean, I like it so much because it looks rad as hell. Sorry, TikTok is being annoying. We are going to be going live on TikTok here in just a bit, but I wanted to hang out with y'all a little bit first. I thought that would be more fun. Also, because I just want to like get right into the building with TikTok. You know, TikTok is impatient. It's an impatient platform. So let's go look at the Riptide. So this is a relatively expensive model kit, which is one of the reasons that I wanted to kitbash it. Because hey, if you can just build it yourself, why not do that? Okay, so here we go. Let's check this out. Look at that. So here's the XV104 Riptide battlesuit, and I don't know, I just think this is very cool. It's part of this species called the Tau Empire in Warhammer, and they're ungulates, so they have little hooves, and so their battlesuits have hooves too, which I think is just a really cool bit of design. So something that I really want to capture is you have this wonderful back bending of the joints. I think that's really cool. Something a lot of people have talked about is that these joints here are really fragile. So, I mean, that's something I'm going to try to overcome in my build. I think it's going to be interesting. I've never kitbashed something of this scale before. I've mostly just kitbashed small things, and I'll show you how big this is. It's going to end up being about like ½ a foot tall, 5.5 to 6.5 inches are all of the calculations I've gotten online. But there's a couple of like things I really want to nail in my interpretation. I really want to have this backwards joint. I think this gun is really cool. This is not something, the Fusion Blaster is not something I want to like perfectly emulate, but I do want to have that same kind of energy, that same kind of vibe. And this little tiny head. So I do have an idea for the head. Oh my gosh, I forgot to get this part. I'll go get that part in just a second. But I'm going to use a drone head for the head because I've seen a lot of other people do that, and I think that's super cool. I really want to get down this beautiful big shield. I have a whole shield part that I think is going to make for a really cool interpretation of this, which I think is going to be really fun. And then we have this big old backpack, which let's see if we can get you... Oh, we can rotate. There we go. So, yeah, you can see... I wish I'd seen this earlier. Yeah, so we have this big old backpack. And I've kind of drawn out a little bit of an idea of what I want that to look like. So we're going to get that big old backpack down. It attaches on both sides. Wow, I wish I had seen this earlier. This is incredibly handy. Oh my god, it even goes up. This is crazy. I didn't even know the website had this, y'all. This is huge. But it has that tiny little waist and this really big barrel chest. The barrel chest is the thing I am the most worried about right now. I really want to make sure we land that kind of feeling, because I think that's what makes this such a cool shape. It has this beautiful, like, triangular, heroic chest shape. And I want to really land that. And it's got some guns up there. We have spare guns of these, so I'm not really going to be worried about weapons right now, except for this Fusion Blaster, I think is what it's called. I could look it up, but I don't really want to. Let me go get those drones. I'll be right back. Just amuse yourself and imagine that this is spinning around. I'll let you look at this for just 1 sec. BRB. Okay, now I'm back. I have those spinning. Glad you're using your imagination, Aurora. That's really helpful. So, yeah, I have some drone sprues, and I'll show those to you in just a second. I don't really think there's a reason for us to wait. Let's get into it. I'm going to put us live over on TikTok with some of our royalty-free bangers. All right. Let me just get everything set up here, and we can all just hang out while that happens. Oh god, what do I have in my cart on Warhammer.com? Fire Warriors Breacher Team. Don't worry, I'm not going to buy that. Okay. And we're just about to go live. And we are... Okay, hang on. Riptide Kitbash. Perfect. Okay. Alright, why will it not let me... Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, we are good to go, and we are live on TikTok Live, we are live on YouTube, and we are live on Twitch. And I'm going to switch us over to the model zone, and we'll get this party rolling. Give me just 1 sec to be able to see you, TikTok chat. Because I just need to be able to see you. Give me 1 sec. I don't want to miss y'all. I promise I'm coming. Boo! Welcome in, first time chat. It's wonderful to have you in, Boo. I was hearing that I'm going to be tested when I get up there, so I'm very excited. Thank you so much for the test. I'm thrilled. I hope I pass. You know, I mean, that's important. Welcome in, Kyla. Wonderful, wonderful. Kyla Z, welcome on in. We're glad to have you here. Okay, so welcome to the setup. Hello, hello. So let me adjust things a little bit here so you can see most of the things we have. Harry Cole, welcome to the chat. We're glad to have you here. So these were what I just went and got. Let me get you some more light here. All right, there we go. Wonderful. Okay, I'll get a little bit more light. Perfect, warm tones. So we have these wonderful sprues from, these are just standard Tau Warhammer drone sprues. So we're going to be using these to build the, tests are all chill around here. Good, I hope it's an open note test. I think that would really help me, you know? Welcome in, Mushrooms. We're glad to have you in the chat. So we might build the head first, because, okay, let me show you what I've been working on, and then we can get into it. So these are kind of some diagrams and schematics I've drawn up. You can see some of my notes here. This is the base size we're aiming for. This is one of the biggest base sizes that I've ever built for. So I'm excited to really get to work with it. So I drew out how big it would be. Also, Boo, how is your day going? I hope your day is going super well. I don't know if this is an issue, but I'm hearing a little bit of echo. Thank you so much for telling me. There we go. Perfect. All right, the echo should be gone now. Tell me if the echo's gone. I would really appreciate it. Mariah, welcome in. Asphalt Cowboy, welcome in. All right, we should no longer have any echo. I drew out about how big echo gone. Hell yeah, love to hear it. I drew out a little bit of a measurement to show us how big we might need it. This is about the maximum height. Now I drew out this ruler. Hey, you're never gonna believe this, with a ruler. So why could I not have just used the ruler to measure what I was making? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I couldn't do that. Oh, I'm gone. Where am I gone? Hang on, let me get my little guy has vanished. Where is my little guy? Where's me? Where am I? Hang on, give me a second here. Oh, am I like, where am I? Where am I? Hello? Hang on, I'm finding myself. Okay, I don't know why I'm not showing up, hang on. Hang on. All right, hang on. Am I just huge for some reason? Why is this? I think I'm... Oh, I'm way over there. Hang on. Well, that's the notice. Everything's fine. No one worry. Hang on. All right, we're gonna put this back. That's where that goes. Okay. It's okay. It's not like everything is broken. Oh gosh, no, hang on. Where is it? Oh, I got moved off screen. Hey, I'm back. Sorry, I got moved off screen. I don't know how that happened. I'm back, though. Hey. Hi. Sir Pants, welcome on in. We're glad to have you here, Sir Pants. My day is going great. Glad I'm able to drop in before I commute back from work. And so excited to see a Kitbash. We're so happy to have you here, boo. So this is the kind of general shape I'm going for that backpack that I was talking about earlier. I'm really excited about that. Here's kind of my sketch of the gun. I mean, these are not like hard and fast blueprints. This was just kind of me figuring out the shapes I wanted. And we're gonna skip around. Mushroom! Yeah! Mushroom time! It's epic mushroom moments. Oh, welcome, Cine. Welcome into the chat. So some of this shape language is the thing that I really want to land here. So we have like this tiny little waist, and then we have this big chunky torso. So that's something that I really want to work towards. Also, the gun is going to be like half the size of the guy. You can see that this is about how big the gun will be. This is about how big the guy will be. So we'll see if we can balance that and kind of stick to that shape language. I also, before this arrived, I drew out my own kind of best guess at how big that it would be. And I was correct. Welcome in, Cal. Welcome in, Leah. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. So we're going to try to... Let's just get started. We have a lot of parts here. So I'm going to put this off to the side. We can reference it. So this is kind of my Gundam parts bits. We have a ton of these wings, which I think we might be able to use some of the parts of these. Mulder, there is some echo. You're echoing really bad. Thank you so much for telling me. I'm sorry there's an echo. There's still echo, huh? Oh, I know what's happening. Thank you for telling me there's echo. I know what to do here. Okay. Alright. Perfect. Okay. Leah MG, tell me, is there still some echo? I mean, the cave vibes are amazing, but tell me if there is still echo. Hopefully there isn't. And if you can't hear me, that's no good. It's okay now. Okay, great. So glad to hear it. Dollface, welcome into the chat. Leah MG, how is your day going? Hope it's doing well. Thank you so much for helping with that technical stuff. So we can take a lot of these apart. A lot of these smaller pieces are going to be useful to us later, but right now it's really going to be all about blocking out that major shape. I have some bigger plastic things here that we can glue things to. This might actually be a good base for the weapon on this guy. Yeah, no, I am incredibly happy with this YouTube stock music. I think we might just rock with this the whole time. We also have some of this. I like this shape. This is a backpack from an old Gunpla. You can see this is like the size of a normal Gunpla body. I think this is not really gonna cut it. We need something much bigger to make this like really pop. We have some legs here. The question to me is, I might have to break this all apart because you saw how the leg was situated here. It's like on the back. So I might detach this and kind of bend the joint backward to get that effect. That might be something we go for. But I don't think this is really kind of the leg style we want. I think I have a pair of legs over here. Yeah, I picked these up at an old comic book store for incredibly cheap. It was like, God, it was so stupid and expensive. Like, I don't even remember how cheap it was. It was like maybe 10 bucks for each one of these, and they were fully assembled, which is great. Okay. Now, I really want to capture that. If you can see, there's that like big ball joint. And I really want to capture that feeling. I think that is, it just kind of like has a lot of power behind it. You see, this is something, this one has that kind of big ball joint that I like. I'm wondering if we have any parts here that give us that same basic shape. This is a difficult thing to approach. Often when I kitbash, I'm starting from zero idea. I'm starting from, I have these parts, here's what I can make with them. Instead of going, this is what I want to make, how can I get there? Which I think is going to be a very interesting challenge. Ultimately, I think this kind of base shape for the torso and waist is going to be pretty much fine. What we might do is I'm going to pull these off for right now. We have these two joints here, which would not be bad to attach. I think these legs, yeah, so that would go in here. This is just like on the standard build, that would go in like that. We might keep that and use these legs and, oh, I like this torso, see, the problem is I have to figure out if I like the shape better or the picture. Not the picture, the shape or the color better, because I'm going to be priming this and completely painting over it. I think I like the shape better in this. I might be worth it to go grab some pliers. That's going to be a very weird part of this kitbash, is normally I have like the freedom to go get up and get things that I need. Right here, I don't really want to leave the stream, because that seems rude. Oh, we got 2 kisses in the chat. Welcome on in. See if I can pry this apart a little bit. You know what? This YouTube stock music, it was funny as a bit. I think it is getting more annoying as time goes by. So we'll see how long we can tolerate this. Nope, that's it. That's actually my... Ed J, welcome on in. Glad to have you in here. Let me see. I mean... Well, you must admit this song is a banger. Okay. I'm not sure. Are you winning, lol? I think I'm winning. Morgan Fowler, welcome into the chat. Here's an artist that's just copyright-free music. Okay. Sure. This'll do for right now. I was trying to do some stuff on Spotify, but I might switch back over to YouTube. I'm loving the stock music. Thank you so much, Aurora. It's not rude to get a little something. Get a little something. You're so fucking right. You're so right, boo. I think I am winning, Jay. I am trying to win every day. I love this. I love this part. I want to see how it is connected, though, because I see this red part. Where is my... There are my tweezers. See this red part? I'm really interested in seeing what that is. It looks like... Is this just a sticker? Yeah, it is just a sticker. I'd like to get that off before we finish building this, because it'll make the paint adhere less well. Okay, so let's pop you out. And let's just... I don't like stickers on my Gunpla, and that's just me. Like, I'd prefer to paint them, or I'd prefer to have the parts pre-printed. I really don't like that, like having that kind of coloration. Okay, but now that we have that, we can put that back together, and I think that's an excellent waist joint for us. And on the, I also have the Combat Patrol instructions for 40K, so we can kind of get an idea of like the aesthetics we're going for, right? And they have all of these kind of like vents and jets, especially on the Riptide. And this one has something similar right here, which is very compelling to me. I think I could paint that up in a really satisfying way. So I kind of want it to go like this. So now we need to block in the body. I'm trying to see what we have here that we can get that great shape with. You see, I found this. And I think this might be an excellent frame, but we might have to cut this up a little bit to make it the right shape. So I think if we cut these down, that might work. I could go get my saw, but I think... Yeah, these are my bad clippers. I think it's always good to have a pair of clippers that you don't really mind getting blunted. Oh, someone just did something nice! Liguana Bear, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How is your day going, Liguana Bear? Welcome to the Molder Court. I hope you are having a mold-licious day, which is something that I've decided I say now. Working on branding for a Twitch channel is always so difficult because so much of it arises out of inside jokes and communications, and so hopefully we'll develop that together, and I can stop saying I hope you have a mold-licious day, because I don't think that's gonna stick around. No worries, just off work, so good timing for the stream. That is wonderful to hear. How was work today? I hope it was either fulfilling or relatively painless. I had a really bad sleep last night, and so when I went into work this morning, I work from home, so, you know, went into work is a very generous thing for me to say about myself. When I walked over to my computer, I was not as productive as I really wanted to be. Okay, here's my hot take. We have these two nubs right here. What I might do is here, let's mark out where those nubs go, and what we can do here is, what I'm gonna do, my hands always shake so much, and I wish they didn't do that. Alright, so it looks like I can just do it right on the inside here. I'm not gonna drill all the way down. All I'm doing right now is marking where I want it to go. Okay. And then I'm gonna take my hobby drill and drill down. Yeah, no, hey, working from home is great. It's incredibly hard to keep motivated. I completely agree with you there, Liguana Bear. How did you get into Gunpla? What a good question. I got into Gunpla, how did I get into Gunpla? That's such a good question. I think I just started watching a lot more Gunpla anime, and then I was like, it was Iron-Blooded Orphans. That's how I got into Gunpla. Iron-Blooded Orphans was really my Gunpla gateway drug, and that is how I really, really got deep in it. And after that, it was just kind of, I got a plastic addiction, and I think that's why I'm where I am now. I'm personally obsessed with Moldalicious, and ashamed to admit that I didn't realize your name was about mold until now. Hey boo, that's so real. Prince Molder, if all goes well, it shouldn't read as just mold, you know? I think it should have other connotations. I think molder is one of my favorite words because it kind of means to like slowly decay, and I like that. There's something beautiful about that. What we're doing today is kind of the opposite of decay. It is creating, so I appreciate that. Leah, are you into Gunpla? Are you really a big Gunpla fan? I actually thought it was an X-Files reference. Liguana Bear, I mean, that's incredibly valid. Mulder and Scully are excellent. I did not attach this correctly. I have never actually seen the X-Files all the way through, which I think anyone who knows me would find that very surprising, because I just kind of read as an X-Files guy. I think I am personally, I'm very much a Scully, right? I'm kind of a skeptic. Yeah, let's see if this attaches straight now. Okay, there we go. I know I'm not, this bit just tightens up, and especially when I'm using, like, this is the bit I'm using now. This is the bit I was using before, so it tightens up to match that bit, and so this bit kind of is a bit tricky to get in there. I thought work from home is what is that verb, and I find another job, they're never getting rid of me. God, I thought it was short for smolder. Smolder would be good. I mean, we could do like a here comes the smolder kind of thing. Remember that? Yeah, I honestly would prefer to work from office. I know, Aurora. So for those of you who don't know, my name used to be Listphage, and unfortunately, TikTok thought that I was being homophobic as a gay man. So they took my name away, and I had to rebrand to Prince Molder, which I think has been better in the long run. I really like Prince Molder. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now we punched right through there. I was hoping to drill more through the central shaft. Or did this just come untightened? Or did it just push through? I was hoping to drill more through the central shaft, but it just kind of didn't work out. We'll see if I get it on this one. I have very little mecha knowledge, but I have a lot of respect for it. Leah, that is so incredibly real. I personally think that most people don't. I don't have a lot of mecha knowledge. I just watch a lot of mecha shows, and that's just kind of the vibe. You know, like, I may not know a ton about it, but I have fun. Now, oh, that just, does that fit? No, it's still a little too small. This is my biggest drill bit. We might be able to drill like 2 holes next to each other. These 2 holes are also too far apart, so we might be able to solve 2 problems at once. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna cut this down to make a place for my drill to rest. And hopefully, oh, cut myself a little bit, that's fine. D. Lilith, welcome on in. Real, yeah, there is this one, I'm very bad at finishing animes in particular. One anime called Bang 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 Bravern, which is like a realistic, gritty mecha, war kind of anime, and then, like, oh god, what's it called? Oh, it's not a shonen. What are those, like, really flamboyant, cartoony mechas called? Anyway, one of those shows up in this war, in this, like, gritty war, and it is saving the day. And the clashing of styles just makes me very happy. It's so fun and referential. It's really just an excellent vibe. I've been given a quest by my brother. I'm unsure if he'll be back anytime soon. Well, Aurora, good luck with your quest. I hope it goes incredibly well, and I hope you come back safely with a sword in hand. I don't know what the quest is, but if you don't have a sword at the end of a quest, is it really a quest? Okay. The show's just going wild back there. Yeah, the problem is my hobby drill is just not big enough. We might be able to do this a completely opposite way, and that's by cutting these down and then blocking this out with more parts. I think that KFC is beautiful. You know what? Get that big old fucking, get that bucket. That is going to be wonderful. So this is going to be the butt. That's the butt. Decided. Anime, anyone watching anything good? That's an excellent question. Aw, poor guy. I'm sorry he's sick. What am I watching? I watched The Witch from Mercury a while back. I really enjoyed that. I think these would be super good for our plates here. For like blocking in the torso. I think that's very cool. I'd like to put something under this, I think. So let me open this up. Haikyuu! I've heard Haikyuu is so good. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's cool. It's got little pointy things in here. I wonder what I can use these for. I'm sure that this has incredible significance to the anime that these are from, but I don't know what it is. So I think, yeah, I mean, I have been watching an anime recently. What is the anime I've been watching? Oh, I mean, it's Dungeon Meshi. That's the anime I've been watching. I love Dungeon Meshi. When that post went around that was like, yes, Linguana Bear, yeah, there we go, absolutely. When that post went around that was like, just wanted to let you know before the Dungeon Meshi anime comes out, I've been a fan of Dungeon Meshi this whole time. I reposted the shit out of that, because absolutely that was my vibe. We're just going to file this down to get some of this little adhesive off. It's okay if we rough up the plastic a little bit. We're going to be roughing it up a lot more. Okay. I'm watching My Love Story for the 1000th time. What is My Love Story? Dungeon Meshi is so fun, boo. Absolutely incredible. What is My Love Story about? I've never heard about that. So that looks great there. I think we just need something for like this cockpit area. I'm wondering, I'm kind of torn. I mean, this is going to look great. This is exactly the shape I was going for. When I was seeing that I didn't really have anything that I thought would be big enough for the torso, I got really worried, and then we discovered this, and now everything is okay, and the world is beautiful again. Oh, this is like not quite even on either side. That's really interesting. Okay, so we do need to kind of get ourselves like a bracket for the head to slot into. Let's see what we have here. This might be something. Oh, welcome to the ad break.
saw Look Back. IDK if it's out in the US, but I cried. Look Back, what is that about? Is that the one where the guy is like a chair? I think I remember that. I don't know if that's the one you were talking about, but that sounds kind of like, that sounds familiar. Look Back. These pieces might be amazing to bulk out the chest. I think that'll be really perfect. We might pop those off. Here we have one of the head pieces. We're not going to use this, but I mean, this might be great, this little collar, for attaching this to. What I might get is I have some cardboard, and I might use it for just bulking this out without using plastic, or I could find the exact perfect part that I wanted. Okay. Let's see here. Can I fit this in here in a way that's good and nice? I think I can if I cut off these edges here, and then this would be the perfect shape. Okay. Because the edges are going to be removed anyway. We're really just looking for this top. So let's cut here. All right, welcome back from the ad break, everybody. So what is it about? I would love to... Don't look back. Is it like a... I mean, the thing that comes to mind is the Greek myth of leaving the underworld with your lover and making sure not to look back. That's the first thing I thought of. Wow, that piece of plastic went flying. I don't know where that went. So I'm okay with this. It's the silly shoujo that caught me when I was sad, and now it's just a comfort watch. All about this kid called Tekogora, who's like 14, but he's very tall and broad, and he never gets the girl until one day he saves this girl on a train, and it's about their love story. Aww. Well, that sounds right up my alley. I am a sucker for love stories. Okay, this is looking pretty good. We might secure it on the underside so we don't have a gap. Yeah, that looks perfect. Okay, so we're just gonna take a little bit. It's by the guy who made Chainsaw Man. No kidding! That's crazy. Everyone I know loves Chainsaw Man. I have got to finish it. Again, I'm bad at finishing anime. I watched Chainsaw Man and I loved it, and I just didn't finish it. Alright, so we're just gonna put this right up here and try not to get glued to the plastic. I know this gluing is a bit messy, but it's okay. It's all about the process. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab, you know what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna grab a toothpick. I am such a sucker for good romance. I need to read more of it. I'm just gonna try to clean this up. If I got a Q-tip, it would really not work. This is gonna make the plastic a little bit more shiny here, but dispersing it like this will hopefully lessen that shininess. Yeah, this is already good and set. Great. And then we could put the collar right there. Look at that! That fits like it was made to fit right there. Perfect. Okay. Now I might clip this off so we get a tighter fit. Oh yeah. Oh, that fits absolutely perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's almost already gluing itself down. Okay, that's great. Let's start blocking in this chest. I mean, that fits better than could be believed. So what we're gonna do here, I think, let's leave these for right now. I don't know if I want to keep these in the final version, but I do know that I don't... I'm trying to figure out how to do this, because I don't want that blank space, but this is such a cool part. I love that shape. I need like a hobby saw. I don't have one, but I need one. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit rough. Can I just bend this right here? I think that'll stress the plastic, but I'm hoping that it'll at least give me... Oh, that's nasty. Well, this is why we're learning this shit, right? Okay, I could... Here. This table I got for free, so I'm not really that concerned if I scratch it up. Hence why I'm doing hobby crafts on it. I mean, I bought the table to do hobby crafts. There we go. Okay. Now let's file this down. make it look a little bit more presentable, is beautiful. Oh, it's about art and friendship and love, and it's so different from the vibes in Chainsaw Man. That sounds incredible. But the animation is beautiful and the story is amazing. It really does the style of the manga well. I love that. I mean, so much about translating any medium to any other medium is making sure that you convey the feeling of the medium rather than, like, the exact details, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, I think Dungeon Meshi does such a good job of conveying the feeling of that manga. Okay. That looks great there, but there is this gap underneath that I'm not too pleased with. Did I just lose that part? Where'd it go? Here it is. So maybe if we put that there, can we layer this? I mean, that doesn't preserve any of the cool shape. I think we kind of ruined the cool shape. We need something wide enough to cover that in a meaningful way. But this is definitely what I'm going to use for the shield, right? I mean, that's a no-brainer. It's cool, so we might go for this kind of shape. Okay, rec for something very sweet, but a little more grown. She loves to cook, she loves to eat. About two women falling in love through food, and it's very respectful, but I've cried at least 5 times on it. But that's because I'm a sap. I mean, hey, me fucking too. Every time, it'll get me. I don't care what it is. If it's a little bit romantic, it will make me cry and very sad. What is this? This is a nice little shield. It has some great under detailing, which we might use somewhere else. I don't really want to use that to block things out. I think we might just put a little card on here. Hang on, I'm gonna get my card. I'll be right back. I don't know why I didn't just start the stream off bringing all of my tools over. I got most of them over there, but I didn't get all of them. And I could have gotten all of them, but I didn't, because I'm a silly goose. Alright. I think this is all I need for right now. And we have some green stuff here. I don't know if I'm going to use a lot of green stuff today. You get it. Oh, you read the manga. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I love people bonding over this. Yeah, I got these skin slide boxes that are just for slides for a microscope. And I think this might be kind of the perfect thing for blocking in that area. So I just have a hobby knife here. So what we're going to do is attempt not to cut off our fingers, because that would be bad. And we're just going to grab part of this. It scared the shit out of me. Is this dull? Not that dull. Okay. So let's cut this down. There we go. Alrighty. Now, this is not going to be perfect by any means, but I think... There we go. Alrighty, once we sand it, it'll be really nice. And I can just cut this right down here. I might just score it a few times and then bend it. Which seems like it's going to be my strategy for everything today. Alrighty. All these lesbian animes in the chat, you love to see it. Honestly, so freaking true. Let's go. I mean, hey, Witch from Mercury, that's another great lesbian anime. Two girls falling in love, arranged marriage, dueling for each other's hands. Nerys, welcome to the chat. It's good to see ya. Alrighty. So this is not going to be perfect. We might... Okay, so we have this piece here. Now, I'm going to angle it down like that. So we need it to... I do want it to pull in, so we can, if we notch it like that, I need a Sharpie or something, like a pen, anything of that nature would be good, or I could just use my knife. And I was really surprised how well the translation went for the manga. That's so satisfying to see. I love it when a translation is really faithful. Oh, come on, please. My partner is incredibly good at translation. Okay. Alrighty. Now we have a more precise line that we can cut towards. Where's my knife? There's my knife. What we might do here is just put down a little cutting board just to preserve the integrity of this table. The longer you take care of it, the longer it'll last. I don't want to be too flippant with the usage of this beautiful table that I worked hard to get by driving for 40 minutes. Okay. I don't want this to, like, look too messy here, because again, this is like a giant robot, right? It's got to be at least somewhat precise. I do think that we've gotten so much amazing queer rep recently. We are a little bit spoiled for it, which makes me incredibly happy. Yeah, we might go a little bit down for this, just so you can kind of see the action. We might try... Let's see if we can cut this now that we've scored it a little bit and get a bit of a clean cut. The way Spitzy has literally translated the line green lesbians for me when I was still keeping up, icon behavior. Is that the, I didn't know you were a boy, manga about the record store lesbians? Because that shit was cute as hell. They just had a pop-up cafe recently, which I think is really nice. This piece of plastic is kind of working out incredibly well. Yes! That makes me so happy. Oh my god. I read a lot of that. It was so cute. Again, sucker for romance. Okay. Now again, we're going to be painting over all of this. So even though this piece looks clear now, probably is not going to end up being clear in the future. Okay, that's not bad. I don't hate how I did that. So I'm just going to take my emery board here and file this down. Yeah, I would love to go see the pop-up cafe. I bet it's super cute. Okay, this has a little tape on it. I'm going to take that tape off. Again, we're removing the tape, removing the stickers. I might have to score this to make the paint adhere more, but we'll see if that is what we need to do forever. Okay. So I don't know how we're going to do the back, but this front is looking pretty good to me. What we might do is we just... How did I want this? I wanted it down like this. My bad. Okay, so we just slot in like that, and at the perfect height. Okay, so I might... Let's trim these backs up here. And I want to keep the ones on the bottom as an extra point of glue contact. I'm so worried. I'm cutting all these little pieces of plastic that are flying all around my room, and I'm so worried one is going to fly into my tea. This build is already making my Bob the Builder ass brain light up. I am so glad, Boo. That is what it's all about. I mean, that's what makes this so exciting for me, is the opportunity to build something completely on your own and just figure out how things go together. Like, that is where the satisfaction lies. Okay, this is poggers. Okay. This isn't flush, which is causing me a bit of difficulty here. So we're just going to clip up this piece that we just attached, because it's going to be hidden anyway. I might give that a quick sand. We'll probably do the same thing for the back when we get there, but for right now, I'm just focusing on this. Dubs, if I'm trying to casually watch, subs are good enough. And I have a 4Kids ass dub. That's amazing. Dubs or subs crowd, just something silly that we don't see as often anymore. 4Kids ass dubs are amazing. I do love the effort that went into localizing shit for the States that just went absolutely wild. Like, removing rice balls and replacing them with hamburgers because they thought kids wouldn't understand. That shit's very funny to me. It so much depends on the anime for me. If I'm watching an anime that has a super good dub cast, like Cowboy Bebop, like Dungeon Meshi, I will probably do the dub. But if the dub cast is not stellar, then I am gonna go subs. It really does have to be like, it's a special occasion when I watch any sort of dub. Sorry, I had to focus for a moment and lost my entire brain. Okay, I'm so glad I have this bit of plastic. This is exactly the shape I wanted. I was just thinking in my brain, I was so worried. I mean, y'all saw I was like freaking out a little bit. I mean, I guess if that's what I look like when I'm freaking out, we're doing pretty well. Okay, now I'm just get to trim this up on the sides. We can do that while the glue is setting. There we go. Okay. I like that. This should be covered up on the top so we don't need to worry about it too much. Oh, whoa. I actually did some panels recently at a local con on 4Kids dubs recently. That is cool as hell. Oh my god. How amazing. Subs, though, mostly to keep up with the Japanese listening. That makes so much sense. Yeah, absolutely. You and my partner, Spitzy, would get along very well. Okay, I'm trying to figure out if I want to make this completely flat. I think those 2 points of connection will be fine. But you know what? One thing that this has is this little like circular disc as like the joint between the torso and the legs. I'm wondering if I could make my own disc somehow. I might be able to get something out of this Walgreens canister. It's a little bit big, like the top of this I'm looking at, but it's kind of iconic. Yeah, we might rock with that. I don't know if I have another cap for my nibs, but I can just do that and then it has a cap. Yeah, let's try this. I've been wanting to figure out a use for these Walgreens medicine caps for a while. Oh man, that cracked pretty in half. We might be able to just hide that though. If I do it again, is it gonna crack again? Yeah, it's gonna crack again. Alright. But this will allow us to rotate around. Let's see how brittle this plastic is. Enigmatic Trouble, yo, welcome in. And Albie, welcome in on TikTok. Glad to have y'all in here. Let's see if we can get... I might chop these off. I might be able to use these as like vent panels because it has that really cool corrugated texture that's really interesting. Let's see what we can do with that. So we'll just keep sectioning these off. And this is just an experiment. And this is like literally why I love kitbashing so much. Because we'll see. I gotta peace out for a bit to get home, but I will be back. Boo, have a wonderful safe trip home. Get there safely and hope you have fun on the ride or the drive. Okay, I have been really enjoying utilizing the public transport here in Boston. I just moved up here and that has been an absolute thrill. It's really just a delight to be everywhere. Oh god. You know, I mean, I've just been like so car dependent my whole life. It's great to be able to break out of that bubble and really have impactful experiences on public transit. Because it's just nice to be around people, you know? I often get like very socially anxious in crowds. And a big part of how I combat that is just being in crowds frequently to make sure I'm used to it. Because I just get so anxious about like, is everyone watching me? Am I like staring at someone for too long? You know? And I don't ever want to be the weird guy in the train car. And a lot of that is just realizing, hey, no, you're normal. Just chill out. Let your anxiety calm down. And being able to get that positive reinforcement recently has been great. Just being normal. And it's so different up here than down south. Down south, it feels like everyone's watching you all of the time. So it's really nice to be up where people really don't act like they give a shit. At least they might, but they don't act like it for sure. Okay. I just trim this as we go around. See, yeah, I like this. I don't know what to do with this little cracked section. We might just glue it back into place. Let's see how everything fits. Because we're going to need a lower section for this. to adhere onto, I believe. Unless we can do some higgledy-piggledy magic. We'll see what happens. Okay. Got invited to a Shrek potluck recently, after I got invited to a Shrek rave. And I was discussing with my roommate, is Shrek, like, back? And I think there was a long time where Shrek was funny because it was a meme, right? Now I think Shrek is coming back into the public consciousness because it is not only funny, it has such a pronounced nostalgia factor. Because a lot of the people who grew up watching Shrek are now adults and have purchasing power and go to clubs. So now that is the vibe. Now I kind of like this screw shape. I kind of like this screw shape. That is interesting to me. Also, let me, not the autofocus, I might change our color balance a little bit. There we go. Perfect, okay. I kind of like this screw shape. I have to head, as it's already past midnight and I need to get ready for work tomorrow. Take care and hope the build goes well. Lingua Bear, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope you have a wonderful night. And I hope you have a great day tomorrow, too. Thank you so much. We'll send some pictures in the Discord of the finished build tonight if you want to hop down in there to see how it goes. I'm compelled by this screw shape. What do people think? Like, I think that threading is interesting to look at. But I don't know. What do people think? Bye! Alright. Yeah, that's great. It's a little bit bigger than the actual model, but I kind of like that. It definitely does need to be solid. We could just use this cardstock, trace it out, and then cut it out, which I don't hate. We could see how that looks. Let's try it. I mean, hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I don't know why my roommate was going to throw this stuff out, but it's working great. For me, at least. Okay, now, I do have a pencil. I have something that I need. Alright. Move this up here a little bit. Okay. You'll notice that I think one of the reasons I love kitbashing is that my process is never very neat. I really enjoy the creative aspects of this, but I've never been the tidiest person in the world. And to be able to put something together so quickly and really ideate on it and just have something in your hands after so short a time is really fun. Okay. Okay. No, I don't think this is cut all the way through. No, so we gotta do another pass. See, okay. I'm now realizing that I'm a bit worried about this because I think that having so much of the model weigh on this cardstock will eventually cause it to break down. I might be more secure and better off with some more plastic. Let's just see. Yeah, this could work in a pinch, but we're not really in a pinch. What we might do is the bottom of this has its own piece of plastic that's going to be about the same size, and we could merge those pretty well. So let's do that. I don't know what I'm going to do with my nibs. Spitzy! Oh, we're so glad you're in the stream, like Salmon. Welcome on in. Drive home first. Everyone is driving home, and that's okay. Get home safe. Do not drive distracted. That's no good. Damn it, I keep leaving the lid off of my glue, and that's going to ruin the glue. So I need this. I could get a new blade, which is not a bad idea. What I might do instead is snap this blade to get a little bit of a sharper edge. I've never done this before. I don't want to get like a shard of metal in my eye and then have to end the stream. Because ending the stream is obviously the thing that I'm most worried about. Okay. Come on, baby. This needs to be shorter, but this blade might just be too old and rusty to be worthwhile. I have a whole crate of blades. Let me just go get... Hello, Pity! Welcome in. And Tenkojami, welcome in. Let me get some shout-outs in here. So Pity is an absolutely incredibly talented streamer that you should be following. Do I have my... Oh god, my Nightbot might have been turned off. Everyone, you can click on Pity's username and I can just post their link in the chat. This is fine. Okay. I can do this. So Pity Screams is an incredibly talented streamer. Very, very funny. Everyone should go follow immediately. And whenever Spitzy gets back, we will shout her out too. But Pity, how are you doing on this wonderful night? I hope you're doing well. I am making a giant robot out of very small parts. And right now what we're doing is... Oh god. Well, I cut into that a little bit, but that's okay. I am making a waist joint. Hopefully. Unless I fuck it up. Alright. So we're just getting some plastic here from this, because I want to get this plastic disc to merge with the top of the prescription bottle. And make kind of a disc. Your little PNG Tuber is precious. Thank you so much! You can see the name of the wonderful person that made it is right on my cloak. He is, I believe, Isidro Art is his tag online. I went to college with him. He is incredibly sweet. He's a delight to work with. If you've ever need of a commission, I don't know if he does PNG Tubers, but he does do icons. He made this icon for me, and then I turned it into a PNG Tuber. And you can just see the level of care and talent and skill that went into it. He is just great. Okay. Right? Well, how is your day going, Pity? I hope it's going amazingly. We're still getting a very cool color balance. I might pull... I don't really know what to do here. There we go. That's a little bit too much. We'll get this sorted out eventually. Because I do want us to get a little bit higher saturation, but that's okay. Going okay, took a very much needed rest today. That is wonderful. Taking time to rest is so important, especially right now. You cannot keep going if you're out of energy. That is something that is incredibly hard for me to learn. It's quite difficult to take those rests, to take those breaks when you need them. I gotta say, being back after such a long hiatus, I am very thankful for that rest and for that break. Okay, this is imperfect, but aren't we all? The Evil Queen, welcome in. What a good name. The Evil Queen. Very powerful energy. Alright. And we can merge these two together. That is kind of slay. Yeah, I think what we do here is we're going to take our emery board. I'm gonna file this down. I might get some hot glue. Hazel, welcome on in. And then we got that. We could do hot glue here, and this might be a good idea. And then let's just go work this around, get this smoother. So we get that nice bond. That's what we're really going for here. This table is very sturdy. I like how much I'm able to do on it without wiggling my camera. Okay. Nice, okay. Now, that fits together quite nicely. What we might do is, well, attach these two and then trim off the excess, and I think that'll be quite spectacular. Okay. So I'm going to use the outside of this as the base, and then we will attach the bottom to this. So we're just going to do a very thin stream of glue. I don't know if people even be able to see it. I'm not too worried about dust particles right now because that'll actually fuse with the glue. And I have a very short period of time to get this into place. and still get it going. Oh, welcome to the ad break. Having an ad break on Twitch. So TikTok, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Quinn, welcome on in. All right, that turned out great. That's a nice little disc. Now, I don't know if there's a way for us to actually articulate this. We could probably figure it out. So we have our frontier, which will go on like that. I might chop these down a little bit more, get us even flatter now that we have a very concrete plan of what to do. And we'll see how this works. God, I've been talking about this so frequently, but Twitch's new ad policies are so interesting to me. You can have ads up to 20 minutes on the hour, which I don't even know if they do that for the Super Bowl, you know? And the Super Bowl ads are pretty intense. I want to get this down to relatively flat. I wish I'd done this before I'd attached the front, but if wishes were horses, we'd all be eating steak. I'm not going to be too precious about this, because I am going to be sanding it down again after I do this. And let's just get this where we need it. Yeah, these clippers are working great. It's amazing that having a good tool will just make your life so much easier. Hey, any tool makers out there for modeling, hit me up. Victor Void Voyager, welcome back, and welcome back, Twitch, from that ad break. Thank you for surviving. Alrighty. So we're gonna just work this. Okay. Alrighty. This is pretty severe, and I don't want it to be as severe as I'm making it, but it is very difficult. Well, we're gonna fix that in just a second anyway, to get to the parts I need to make this flat. The problem is, that was the metric of where the flatness was. Oh. They're trying to say I'm being inactive during my live. I'm so active. I'm active in my live. What do you want from me? Pity, welcome back. All right. Okay. I don't know how I could be any more active. So we're going to hold this in place. This edge is good. We took a little bit too much off. That's okay, though. It's a happy little accident. Like Bob Ross said. They're calling me the Bob Ross of kitbashing is what they're saying. Okay. I think they're saying there's inactivity because there's static images on screen. And a lot of the content I'm showing is just my hands moving around on a static background. We might have to set up a camera for the TikTok lives. We'll see. This is all an ongoing experiment. Okay. This is also, I understand, very niche content. But that's what I am all about. The more niche the content, the happier I am. That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's much flatter. See that? Yeah, you can barely see it. That's great. That's what we want to aim for. I'm just going to shave this down a little bit. Okay. Yes. So let's... Are we ready to glue this back on, do we think? What do we think, chat? I think so. I might give that one more sand. There we go. I'm wondering if I can get this torso to rotate. Like, theoretically, yes, right? Like, I can just... It shouldn't be all too difficult. Oh, that's the kind of consistency I was looking for. Okay. It shouldn't be all too difficult to insert some kind of axle there, and then some kind of axle here, and just have them rotate around each other. This is possible. This is possible. But I just want to get it together. I think I might be able to pose the legs from the waist. I think also I will have the opportunity to break this seal. I can just crack it open if I feel like I need to get it in a different place. Because the thing about super glue is that it's brittle, and you can break it easily, as you saw when I did with this earlier. Now look at that. That fits so flush. Perfect. So now we have a very good torso connection. So I think what we're going to do is lop these bad boys off. Even though I think they're cool, I think they'll just interfere with the connection. Sand them up a little bit. Okay. I went a little too heavy on one side. I think it's better, especially if I do this on the flat table. Because that's what the table's for, everybody. That's what the table's for. Okay, we might do... Where's my knife? There we go. I'm just gonna cut these down a little bit because there's a lot more material there than you can remove by sanding. And we can do a little bit of this. There we go. Gotta be a little bit more careful with this. Don't cut towards yourself. The reason I'm doing this is because I have incredibly good control of the blade on either side, but even so, there is still risk to what I'm doing. Okay. Ain't that a kick in the head? What's happening here is that this has just a little bit of wobble, because these outsteps are a little bit wider than that instep. If we'd flipped this the other way, we wouldn't have that problem, which is still a possibility. We could break this, and then it would have that little bump. It would be the same problem either way. I think the answer is putting in a smaller piece of plastic right there that's flat. The question is, where the fuck do we find one of those? We could... Let me look in my bits box. So I have a bits box here. This is just all different stuff from Kitbashing projects. We have this little flat base here, which could be something. A lot of options. We got a Zaku head. We got some feet. You know what? This might actually be perfect. There we go. This is just a little foot plate for some knights. And if we shave that up, I think it'll be perfect. It'll be a great connector. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. So what we're gonna do here is cut these little feet off. Now, do I have... I really should have brought pliers. I'm gonna say that the entire stream, and that's gonna be okay. Okay. We might just shave this, because I think that'll be the quickest. Now, the important part about any sort of whittling or plastic shaving is you cannot dig too deep, because when you eventually pull it off, the blade is going to come with you, and it's just going to go right into your skin. And that is bad for you! Did you know? Were you aware that having knife in skin is bad? It's not good. It can't be good for you. So, keeping knife out of skin as much as possible. There we go. And I'm just using the tiniest bit of force, because this is plastic, you know? I'm not whittling wood here. Alright, now we can just flip this around, and we can drop it. I do drop a lot of things. I think a big part of my life has been learning how to pick things back up. And pick myself back up, for that matter. I remember I fell once on a Boy Scout hiking trip, and one of the troop leaders he says, "I thought you were a mountain boy," which is very funny. Because I had just tripped because I had bought boots that were too big. Because I wore boots that were too big for my feet, because my feet are different sizes. My right foot is wider than my left foot, which makes it very difficult to shop for shoes. I end up just wearing wides, but I would love to one day get a cobbler to really make a perfect pair of shoes for my odd feet. Because they fit, any pair of shoes I get will fit perfectly on my left foot and fit weird on my right. You know, when people talk about having your balls be full of microplastics, my whole body must be filled with microplastics at this point. Let's be real, folks. I'm probably one of the highest per capita microplastics consumers in the US. They call me Magic Mike Roplastics, because it must be fucking magic the way I'm eating these microplastics. Alright, now this is just almost flush. Alright, let me just nip off this edge here. Perfect, okay. And I can just smooth this out. And we can still... We're still gonna shave this a little bit. We have these two little bits on the bottom. And not shave. I meant we're still going to sand this. But... now we have to do a lot less work. I like that. There we go. Okay. One of the downsides of having fingers as large as mine is that it does cover up things that I'm doing. Much easier if I had tiny, spindly little spider fingers. I had a friend in high school named Daniel. And he had the most spidery wizard fingers I've ever seen in my whole life. Cool as hell. Okay. It's pretty darn good. Now we can just plop this on there, and it'll act as an intermediary. Okay. Michael, welcome into the TikTok chat. Alright. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. I'm going to try to get this pretty centered. If I can. I can just get it off of all of the fucking flesh it's sticking to. Alrighty. There we go. Oh, that's poggers. Okay. Can we get a pog in the chat for a perfect fit? And now, when we notch this into each other. Oh, that's perfect! Couldn't get better than that. And it holds it right perfectly in the center. That's just stupendous. Okay. So, I could fill that with a little bit of putty to get a more secure fit. But again, when I want to repose this, I might break it. The Grey Elk system, welcome on in. So I'm just going to do 2 spots on either side. I might scrape this up. I'm not going to scrape up any of the logos or imaging on this, which you might not be able to see. There you go. You can see that it's got that 400 and the PM10 and the recycling logo, which will look very cool once we actually base coat this. All of those little tiny writing details are perfect. And they really add a lot of depth to a model. Okay, so we're just scoring this here just so the glue has a place to find purchase. We did this kind of over here, but we'll do it again. Just to make sure everything fits together nicely. Great. And we're just going to do 2 little spots of glue. Boop. Boop. Oh, look at how it soaks it up. It's because there's so much sawdust. Alright. Put that right there. Wow, that could not fit better. So now we have that waist. I kind of love that the waist disc is much bigger than the waist or the torso. That's kind of hysterically funny to me. I don't know. That's just good to me. I don't know what to say. Okay, so now we have this. And this doesn't fit in quite as well since we put that in on the top. What we might do is we might just need this on the bottom. So we might just cut this off, even though we've done all that hard work to get this to fit. Okay. Listen, I know what I'm doing isn't the proper usage of this tool. I'm aware, okay? Like, I know. Okay. I've got to be very careful with what I'm doing here, because it's kind of stupid. Here we go. Alrighty. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. We've already kind of ruined the glue seal, so we could just snap this. Well, that's snapped mighty clean. I know it's not even, but I think that's okay for our purposes. because it meets exactly where we want it to meet, so that's fine. Okay, so let's glue this up again. Actually, let's not glue it up again. I don't want to waste glue. So this will go there. That fits in nice. This goes in there. No longer meets that area, which is too bad. We could have kept that out. Let's flatten down these nibs. So we want this here. We can kind of have this coming down in front as like a little bit of a loincloth. But then it just sticks, he looks like he has a giant ass, which now that I'm saying it is not really a con. But I think it's not really the vibe we're going for. We might do a skirt on this front here. That might be cool as fuck. Okay. So we want this here. Okay. And that kind of cracked. That's fine though. As long as it's not cracking near the back. Okay. That's not perfect. But again, that's okay. Perfection is something that is impossible to achieve. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's not quite what I was going for. It's a little uneven now. You gotta trust. Yeah, you know what? You're so right, Pity. I know what I'm doing. I have a plan. You gotta trust the process. And here I am. I'm trusting. Okay. So let me make this a little bit more even. It's like when the barber kind of fucks up your haircut a little bit. Okay, we're gonna sand that down. Cool. And now, yeah, I think that was something that charmed me, was that it stuck out in the top and it kind of pulled down to give that very dramatic look, and now it's kind of sticking out with this piece. So here's what I'm thinking. A couple options here. We could inset this into the inside. What do we wind up doing with the pill bottle cap? Here we go, boo. It is now like a full waist joint. So we see that, and it'll just attach right on below there. And it'll look like the waist swivel. It's really big. I might end up doing like kind of a skirt around it. And I think that'll end up looking really cool. We're still working on blocking out this torso. I might put a piece underneath here, so we get that kind of little gap there and this sticks out. I think that's my... Yeah! Thank you, boo! What's really important is that we get coverage on the sides, so it doesn't look like it's hollow. Which this might be the perfect thing. If we do that... Oh, my battery's low. Hang on one sec. I have my laptop here in monitor chat, and I already plugged it in, but it just doesn't plug in all the way unless you really shove it in there. So now it's really shoved in there. We can also just melt some hot glue in there to really get that seal, and that might be... I keep saying, wow, I wish I had hot glue, and then I have my hot glue gun like right next to me, and I'm like, wow, if only I had hot glue, that'd be really good. I'm plugging in the hot glue gun now, okay? Okay, chat? Is everyone proud of me? Okay. Let's hope this doesn't blow the breaker. If it blows the breaker, I'm blaming you, chat. Alright, the hot glue gun is heating up. So we might use this for this area right there. I was watching this video of Danny Gonzalez try to use a hot glue gun and he kept burning his hand. And that was very funny to me. Because, I mean, there's something to watching a YouTuber who is incredibly successful fail at a very, very basic task that does just tickle the spirit, tickle the soul. There's something good to that. Okay. so we go right there. I might have the... I think I need to separate these, which shouldn't be too difficult at all. There's a natural cut point right here. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay. So these can go like that, which lines up rather well. And I kind of like that it peeks out over the top. We could even... Here. Let's see what we can do here. We line up these corners like this. Like it is. Italiano. Spaghetti. No one told Machiavelli I did that. Okay. Like that. And that should really create that big epic chest that we want. Here, what we might do... Okay. Let me just lay this down here and get it nice and flush. How was the drive home, Boo? I hope it was good. Nice and flush like that. And then if you put that on like that, I'm into that shape, but then we have another area here that we need to cover, which I think is okay. I think I'm fine with that. How flush does this look? If we put it flush like that, we get that little gap, which is so small as to be unnoticeable. Okay, so we want this here. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna glue this down. There we go. Just like that. This is gonna go right back where it's been the whole time. Oh god, I hate how hot super glue feels against your skin. I don't like that. It makes it feel like I'm being chemical burned. Alright, and then we'll do these bad boys. And if we don't like them, we can always take them off. Okay, so we're just gonna get super glue up there and super glue down this flange, because that's where it's actually going to touch. Oh, piss. Okay. Super glue was actually designed to stick to skin, which is one of my favorite facts. Because guess what? It sure do. Come on. Alright. There we go, okay. That's where we wanted that. Took us a minute. Yeah, really, it was designed to be a battlefield first aid tool to close up bullet wounds. And the problem is, it doesn't work very well when it's wet. And it doesn't stick to things that aren't skin very well. So if you have anything that's not skin in the way, you end up with a real problemo. Okay. I love that we get this nice, like, severe V here. I think that's a really cool shape. Okay. Yeah, we could just use these. We might not necessarily need the top there. We'll see how this works. Oh, it's so sticky. Ah. You see, I just made this joke about YouTubers not being able to fucking use hot glue. And then I'm absolutely failing to use super glue. So, you know, maybe glass houses. Yeah, switch from medical supply item to crafting supply is crazy. Fucking going from the hospital to the Michaels. Alright, I might be able to... I like how these things press this out. What do we think? That or that? I mean, that's very cool. We just need something in there to really cover that. We need like a lip or something. I mean, that could be literally anything here. How does that look? I mean, how does it look? It looks perfect. It looks like it was made to go there. Well, I mean, how do you complain about that? You don't. That's what you do. All right. So we're going to notch this on Down here in the middle and up top is where we have those points of contact. Okay. These are pretty thin points of contact, but I think it'll be fine. All right. Rice Ball, welcome to the chat. Glad to have you in here. Grab that down there. I don't even know if you can see the glue that I'm putting on here because I'm putting on such a small amount. Can you see the glue, chat? Is that visible? Come on, no. Alright. Because this is going to be kind of a delicate point of contact, this might be where we use the hot glue. Yeah, this might be hot glue time. Because I don't think we're going to be able to get that kind of connection that we need without a little bit of hot glue. This is entirely too much hot glue. Well, YouTubers can't use hot glue. Ah, they're idiots. They can't fucking use hot glue. And then I use hot glue wrong too. Oh god, that's perfect. I have not used hot glue very much in crafting miniatures before. I've used it, of course, in crafting like other shit, but I did not realize how primo it was going to be in this instance. And we'll clean this up. We'll do a whole deep clean of this miniature later. But for right now, we're just gonna keep roughing out these shapes. Okay. And then right there is amazing. We can do, so it'll be, we might be able to, if we trim these off, we might be able to get an even flatter connection, which would be huge. Let's do that. The reason I'm putting my finger over these when I nip them is because otherwise the plastic bits go flying. My secret to hot glue is the flick of the wrist, and sometimes you don't actually need the glue, just the hot tip. Hey, and that's a hot tip right there. I mean, that's some good information. Okay, so what that did was it actually took away that lean up that this had that I really liked. So we might be able to just, we have this little doodad right here. Do we have anything flat that I can glue down? We have one of these swords. I want to use these for detailing, so I probably won't use those, but I can just use a little bit of this. They make PLA card, which is just a very, it's a durable but brittle plastic that you can use for modeling, and I need to get some of that instead of just salvaging these little bits. I have returned from my quest. Aurora, welcome back. How did it go? And Cooking with the Heart TikTok, welcome on in. We're glad to have you. Okay, so that's about halfway. Okay. Let's see how you fit now. Fits well. So let's just do a little bit of oh, frick. I don't know why I said frick instead of fuck there. You can curse on here, it's allowed. Where am I? I was like, right before I put this down, I was like, I wonder if I should use tweezers for this. And the answer is obviously yes. I might have to completely reglue that. Yeah, that ain't working. Alright, and we use too much glue anyway. This is fine. Got the free KFC from my brother. Yo, so you did get a quest reward, which is huge. I mean, you're on some RuneScape grind shit right now. Okay, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, now when we put this down, it's gonna have a flat place to bond, both on the top and in the front. I think we're gonna do two different glues here. We're gonna do soupy glue right up here, which soupy glue is now the only thing I'm gonna call it. We're gonna do hot glue up here. Just a little dab. And cool. All right. That's huge. I love that. It's a little bit crooked, but I kind of like that. Welcome to the ad break. Aw, they gave you gas money. That's so nice. I'll say that again when you're back from the ad break. Okay, we're just going to put a little bit of hot glue in there to close that gap. And get it out of there. It's transparent to us, but once we spray paint it, it's going to be completely solid. Okay. And where was that head bit that we had that we liked so much? We loved that head bit, and we completely lost it. It's here somewhere. This is like when you lose a Lego piece, and you're like, where is my Lego? Where did it go? Okay, come on. It was that flat little collar that we had. Does anybody see? There we are, okay. And that still fits on there supremely. Great. We might move it back to accommodate that little hole. No, it looks better up front. That's so cool. I kind of want to, this kit bash looks like it's going to go crazy. Cooking with Heart TikTok, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm having so much fun with it. I mean, this is like one of the largest kit bashes I've ever done. A sip of my tea to energize me. We're going to go swing over to this other station over here. Hang on.
I realized you couldn't hear me. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. It's fine. I'm back. We have this 3D model, and I wanted to take a look at how this back looked. So we get this very narrow, we get bulky up front and then narrow in the back with these jets. See, what I'm seeing is that there's this whole fuselage back here that's what these wings attach to. And it builds into these. So I think we're going to build these separate as like separate blocks. I think that'll work well. I have an idea. Okay, hang on. Alright, we're back over here. That's sick as fuck. Did you make that? I did not make that. So that's what we're emulating. This is what we made. So we're trying to approach something like that. So we want those two big, like, backpack fuselage things, which we might be able to achieve with these wings. This is a new idea. I had another idea. My other idea was we might just use these, but that seems a little too big. It does have such a snatched waist. Yeah, no, the snatched waist is something I was trying to emulate, and I kind of like how thick this fucking waist is. Like, it looks huge, and I love that. So what we might do is we might have wings. We might just use these wings. That would kind of go crazy. Wouldn't that be very cool if the wings were like off like that? Yeah, that would be kind of very cool. That's an option. That's something we can do. We also have these like little rocket boosters on these legs. Slutty little waist, in this economy, it's a tactic. You're so right. If you don't have a slutty little waist, you're not really accommodating the meta. And that's the problem. We might come back to that. I think for right now, we're just going to block in the back, which had that kind of like narrowed... It kind of went back and up, which I'm very interested in. So that's kind of like a... if we look at it right here, we kind of have like a triangular shape. Kind of something like that. So how do we achieve that in an interesting way? We could do some of these and then build them out. That's possible. And just do the opposite thing and cut these off. I don't hate that. I don't think that's necessarily the most interesting thing. I'm looking to see if I have anything in here that is really getting the right vibes. I have
I have some old circuitry and stuff in here that we might be able to use. I have this piece that's interesting. This is really cool. We might be able to use this for the cannon. This metal thing is pretty heavy. I would need to really support that in some way. A lot of screws here. These are just old Hexbug battle parts. I'm definitely going to be using these for something, but I don't think this is exactly it. We could just use wood. We could build it out with wood and then see where that gets us. I'm checking to see if I have anything in here. I have some more medicine bottles that we could use, which is an option. I have a lot of little miniature bits, but these are like these are body parts. They're not really made for robots. Oh god, I knocked over all my bits. So, we could do, let me close this bits up so I don't knock it everywhere. We could do like, we could just have this pop up in the back like a tank. Like a big tank back, but I don't know how much I like that. I would have to saw through it. So, let's see. That's kind of interesting. It's got this like big kind of round thing in the back. How would it look like shape-wise on the back? It would fit. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. What I'm going to do here is just cut this little top off. God, this is so dull. Alright, I might replace this blade very soon. I also need I need more of these. I'm gonna put that on my, hey, if anything you want to buy me, my Amazon wishlist is down below. Got some hobby tools down there that would really help with the channel. Also, a lot of other fun stuff. Hey, you're not obligated, absolutely. But, hey, if you want to spoil me, I'm not gonna complain. Alright. I'm turning this the wrong way. There we go. Okay. So first we're going to have a messy cut here just to get this top part off so we have something to work with. I'm doing everything in my power to cut safely and not hurt myself, but you know what, it's tricky. There we go. Okay. I kind of don't hate that. I think it would need to be way shorter to make me happy. Yeah. God, I wish I had a Sharpie. I think I do have a Sharpie. Let me look for a Sharpie. 1 sec. I'll be right back. I feel like one of the hard parts of this is I always have to keep getting up to get more tools. And they're all over the place. And so finding them is a bit of a trick. Alrighty. I might also get a saw. Hang on. Alright, I got the saw. I'm back. Nobody worry. Okay. So the saw... okay. Should be super helpful in cutting this, so I can cut it way more accurately without damaging. So how y'all doing? I just had the best chicken ever, so I'm doing great. How about you? That sounds delicious! Thank you, KFC, for some delicious chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Alright, so we kind of want it like that. See, I can just eyeball that with the saw, he says before failing to cut into it. Come on. It's hard to get a bite on it since it's so slippery. Don't do this. What I'm doing right now, no one in the... Hey, chat, don't fucking do this. Sorry I'm not talking. Yeah, this is not how you should use a saw, and I'm aware of that, but it's just very hard to hold on to this object. It was homemade, yummy, yummy. Yeah, I mean, hey, y'all, this is very much a do as I say, not as I do moment. Sometimes you have to do dumb shit, as long as you can back it up. Johnny Cage fan, welcome into the chat. I think what we can do now is we have this started. We might be able to cut it down. Hey, did y'all know that round things are fucking difficult to cut? I'm finding this out. Okay. I'm just trying to like follow that line. And I fucked it a little bit, but that's okay. Now that I can look at this from above and follow the line, this is much easier. Okay. Measured once, cut twice. That kind of fucks heavy. Okay. If we bend this in a little bit, that's great. I love that. Let's clean up these edges a little bit. Shave little bits off here, especially the sawed bits. And I think we might pull this in a little bit. There we go. Okay. Hey, chat, that's not bad for completely not measuring it at all. Alright, yeah, that fucks heavy. I don't want to put it up high, even though that is kind of, well, I think putting it right in the middle is good. We do, just on the, exactly like in the front, we need some basing around it. I might keep that transparent or something. I don't know, that's cool. I like that a lot. You can stick your hand through the bow of the saw and hold both sides, then you won't cut your thumb! Kale, I wish I had seen that earlier, because that's a great idea. That's a huge, good idea. I was too focused on cutting this stupid thing that I didn't see that incredibly good idea. Alright, just finished my tea. That was delicious. What is everyone else drinking? So we need to kind of finish up this backside. We have another one of these. We could do a very similar thing to what we did on the front side. Give it some more symmetry and pop in one of these. Let me cut these off for a sec. I think I can move these around. I've got me a little soda. That sounds great, Aurora. That sounds absolutely great. What type of soda? Dr. Perky? We have a Dr. Perky over there? By the time I typed it out, you were done. Kale, you know what? This is the difficulty of watching someone do this shit. Is sometimes they are, you know, it's one of those. I was just not fast enough. I could have been faster. Got me a little hot cocoa. Ooh, pity. That is luxurious. Hot cocoa always just screams luxury to me, you know? Like, if I have a little hot cocoa, that's how I know the day's going good. A little hot cocoa, chilling out. That's a good ass beverage right there. There's also this, which I don't hate. We could do that as like some cowling on the back. But I do want to like give the head some room to breathe. But if we do, so let's look at this again. This is gonna go up like that. So the areas we need to cover are the back, cowling, and the 2 edges. So I'm trying to figure out. Oh, hey. That looks like it was made to go there. Damn. All right. Okay. And this, Strikes, welcome on in. Sweet lightning, huh? Water, because I didn't get enough today. That's very important, boo. I've never heard... Is that like... That's like a dead-ass Mountain Dew? That's not like an off-brand Mountain Dew? That's crazy. Oh, I am burning a hole in my box of nuts. My hot glue gun was touching my nuts. They're honey nuts, not balls. You know what I'm saying. Okay. So, put that like that. Oh, that's good. I'm rethinking this idea because this looks so raw as hell. Like, that's just very good. All right, let's clean this one up too. KFC exclusive? That's bonkers. I didn't know KFC exclusive, like, was on that exclusive grind. Like, we got Baja Blast at Taco Bell, which is now just a normal-ass product, which I guess is good. But I didn't realize we were doing that shit at KFC now, too. That's great. Okay. So I think we can super glue this. I'm doing it wrong. No one look at me. All right. That's great. I might do the same thing I did on the other side and trim this down, just so we have a more flush place to put things. That was a little bit too much. That's fine. We'll compensate later. So this goes like that. We need glue around the edge and in the center. Okay. A peach flavor, huh? Argyle, welcome on in. Okay. Put that right down on the edge. And the center isn't going to touch, so I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, come on. There's so much super glue. I'm putting on too much glue, and that's my fault. Okay. Alrighty. Nice. Okay. That's clean. And let's just do way less this time. I mean, the whole thing is like, I don't want it to fall off, so I'm like, well, I better put a bunch of glue on there, and then I glue my hand down, and it's like, how could I have predicted this? How could anyone have seen this coming? Okay. There we go. Okay. Alright. That looks dope as hell. Now we have this. And those edges are a place for it to latch on. I hate the feeling of super glue on my fingers. I mean, you can see I'm basically glued together at this point, but it's not something I enjoy. Okay. So we're still going to need to fill in the top cowling after we have this. This is going to go there. That'll go there. We need to have something to connect the two. I think this is the way to go. I'm liking how this looks. We just need, like, something to extend backward. Sensor experience of glue on my fingers is not me. I do love a peach. A peach is good. Okay. Unironically, a foot might be huge. Hang on. Let me see here. Or this. I mean, this just seems like too good a piece to waste on cowling. We'll use this somewhere else. But if we can get one of these bad boys, I think this just splits. Yeah, there we go. This splits off of that. That unlatches. Come on. This might not be held together. This might just have... Yeah. Depending on how this is... Oh, we need to undo this to take it off, so this is a good thing to do. Don't bend that. I do need to get more of those, but that's like my last one, so I don't want to squander it, you know? I used to like Elmer's sometimes, but I haven't done glue hands in years. Yeah. Roses Thomas, welcome on in. I think you're definitely not alone in the Elmer's thing. I mean, that's slime. That's like all the slime videos is Elmer's glue. Okay. So if we put that back on and do that... No, it needs to be way flatter. So... We're just doing some dry fitting right now. So... Nope, that's wrong. There we go. Well, this white balance is not exactly what I wanted, but... Okay, there we go. So, oh shit, where'd the bottom of this go? Oh man, oh there it is. I do want to keep this, because I think there's promise in this. They put something in the stuff, I guess it's the horses. I spent an hour putting super glue on my finger when I was a young teen, that's real. Yeah, they do put the fucking horses in the glue, huh? That's kind of their natural habitat. When you see a horse, it's like, well, it's gonna be the glue factory for you eventually. Okay, that doesn't really work. I do want to figure out a way to marry these two pieces. Also, look at this sword. I think this is a very cool sword on this guy. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. Something. Eventually. Probably. Okay. So, it's hard for me to not block the camera with my hands. What I might do is a little, Then I can't monitor where the camera is, though. Horses love to be glue, and that's what they're never gonna tell you, is that they love it. It's like enrichment for them. They're like, oh, I'm so fucking psyched to go to the glue factory. I love it here. We could use another one of these. We could use like the top panel as a flare up. It might be interesting to go about this the opposite way and have stuff coming down here from the tank. So if that goes there, it can sit flush with the bottom. And I think that is where we want it. Like pinch up, flush with bottom. And then it can kind of, the tank can kind of merge with this. We're gonna have to cut it off, so. I'm hesitant to shave it off until we know exactly where it goes, because we can't shave it off. We can't shave on, right? Welcome in, watermelon emoji. New dream in life is to be sent to the glue factory. That's beautiful. This is the body. The head is going to be made out of this. We'll probably make the head by the end of the night, but it's going to be like a drone head. That's the plan. So this is like, this is the body. So this can go here, up top. We just need to find something to connect it there. I might see if I can super glue it on, but there's only 2 points to super glue it on, and then I'll do support struts on the sides to hold it in tight. Because this is pretty much where I want it. I like it sticking up behind. So let's see if we can do this. And if we can do it, we can do it. And if we can't, we can't. All right. And if this doesn't work, we might just switch over to hot glue for this part. Okay. Super glue seems to be taking. It's just a question of holding it. Alrighty. And let's see if... Yeah, it doesn't like holding on to the... It doesn't like holding on to the smooth plastic, so let's try a little hot glue. I'm gonna really be generous right here. got so cocky talking about hot glue, and then I just burned myself with the hot glue. That's what you don't want to see, folks. Don't let your streamer get cocky. Okay. Yeah. The problem is, this just wants to flex out as soon as I put it into place. I really got to hold it where it needs to go. Alrighty. It kind of splits off to one side. Which is not terrible. I don't mind that it's not straight. I do like hot glue on the fingers. That's a sensation I enjoy. I need to rotate it up a little bit on that side. Yeah, I think it's just... Here. We're going to undo this real quick. And get it off there. It just needs to be rotated the right way, and then I think it'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, there is a right way to do it. I think I cut the cut isn't perfect, but I like your cut, G, you know? I'm trying to figure out how to insulate my fingers from this. I might just put, I don't know. Let that shit cool. Yeah, hot glue fingers is very good. Let that shit cool for 10 seconds and then stick my hand in it perfectly. Yes, absolutely. Wes and Willow, welcome on in. I'm about to watch me accidentally burn myself again. So. Okay. And then we put it like that. And then we push this up as high as it will go. And then we rotate it slightly and we squeeze it in. We're just going to hold that there. And we'll see if that sets. Yeah, the glue is tacky. The thing is, it's just not very good at pulling the two sides in. That'll hold it, I think, while we do some modifications. Or we might just need to squeeze it in on the sides with more parts. Ooh, hot glue ones took off skin with hot glue. That's crazy. That's absolutely wild. I've never heard of that before. Okay. We might put some dabs of hot glue to hold it against the frame. Let's see how that works. I'm just going to put this, kind of slather it on, because we can always cut it off. Get those clean lines back. The hot glue has fallen on my carpet. I do not want to burn my carpet. The hot glue has fallen in my trash can. I don't want to burn my trash. I need that. It's very important to me. Yeah, I think that's helping to hold it on a lot. Yeah, and then we'll just cinch it in with stuff on the outside. We're just going to have to build supports. But now that's on there. I mean, that's the general shape we want. Oh, hey, absolutely. Scar picks are always very cool. And then we could do a little bit of that, and that's cool as fuck. And that could act as one of our arm joints. But I think having it go up like that is very cool. Oh, that's rad as fuck. Yeah, this is coming together. Okay. We have that one. We have this one. I keep forgetting to do things on screen. Simon, welcome on in. All right, come here. I have so much glue on my fingers, it is crazy. Okay. So, just like that on either side. Kind of goes hard. Yeah, that's great. That's a very good. Oh, welcome to the ad break, Twitch. Sorry about that. A lot of llama, welcome on in. Okay. Yeah, the circular nature of this kind of makes it difficult for these things to bond to it. But I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I don't really want these sticking out. Actually, having them sticking out in the front is kind of cool as hell. How does it look on the other side, having two of these bad boys? Yeah, I mean, that looks very good. It's just going to be a question of getting them even. I guess we just put down one, because we do need to keep it flush. So, maybe putting it back and having it splay out more. I think that'll be more achievable to get a good look. So let's try for that. Alright. And we're just gonna do a glue line all the way down. I'll get the edges here too. There we go, and that clicks into place like a fucking Lego. Alrighty. The trick is we have it on one side, we just need to get the mirror to look good. There we go. That's rad as hell. Well, it's a little bit back heavy at the moment, but we can fix that. Alright. I'm just trimming this up a little bit so it fits flush against the torso. Hard to take picture, don't show up on camera. That's real. That's the annoying part of scars. They never show up on camera when you need them to. Alright, that's cool as hell. I mean, the question is, how do we get it to lean forward more? I don't think those giant wings are really going to help. We're going to add later. That's cool. So this goes here now. Another option is we put something over this backing. But I kind of like the tank visual. I just don't know how to get it working perfectly. And we could just pull the head back, but I don't like that. We just need a really small thing right there to really marry these two pieces. This has promise. Yeah, I kind of love that. Let me pull the insides down a little bit. And we'll see what we can do. Sorry, the puppy Shosh is very upset that other dogs exist in the world that are not her. She's a little self-centered and we love her for that. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. It kind of looks cool. That kind of looks very cool. I think we keep this out until we build the head. Let's make the head real quick. So this is just a standard Tau drone. And it is going to form the head of our Riptide. And we have two drone heads here. And I have a couple of thoughts, and we'll play around with some different options here. Okay. I do love it when people use Tau drones to do different things. I think we're gonna do just one antenna, because I think that's cool. And we're gonna leave the rest of these guns and stuff for right now. Okay. This is coming together great. Thank you, Boo! I am quite pleased with it. I was worried there for a sec. I mean, the torso was the thing I was so worried about, and then it just, like, appeared in my hands, you know? It just happened incredibly easily. Okay. This is... I'll put the nibs. Why do I collect the nibs? I do not know. But I do. I think it's satisfying to just see how much, like, progress you've made in the hobby, that in a very measurable way, right? Like, I've cut this many nibs off of things. Okay. And we might keep a lot of these pieces separate as we continue on. So, this is the basic shape of the head. Yeah. And that would go on there. And that's the problem, it kind of blocks that a little bit. We might pull this off and just use that. And that manages to look quite cool, doesn't it? I wonder if we have anything in here that would be able to connect to this. Yeah, I think we do. Here, let me get this open. Oh, it's a larger piece. Okay. I'm looking for something to bridge the gap between this and our collar so we could get some head movement, because I think that would be, as the scholars say, tight as fuck. This is an option here. Doesn't marry though. It doesn't necessarily have to. I kind of just want this to go together in a more aesthetically pleasing way. I kind of like that. It would be fun if it was posable though, right, chat? Like, that would be fun. There's this knife that's cool as fuck. Let's see here. Not seeing anything yet. But, I mean, that works, I guess. Now, there is the Gundam head itself. I just don't think there's a way to disassemble it in such a way to achieve the functionality that I want. There's this. This is very cool. We're definitely going to be using this shape somewhere else. Okay. This is also an option. Kinda not really. There's also this. So here's my thought. There's these fun targeting systems that some Tau drones have. And I think it might be fun to use one of them as kind of like a secondary eye. So we can have the first eye on the drone. And then it gets raised up a little bit and it has this other like secondary eye. That's not doing it for me as much as I thought it would. That's why we check these things. I could also do that. Kind of install it in backwards, and then when it goes in, it kind of looks like it has teeth. I kind of don't want it to look like it has teeth, though. I don't really want it to have a long neck, but I do want it to absolutely be able to see over that. So the collar works well. I think if we just put these two parts together. Yeah, that'll be scrumdiddlyumptious. That looks great. I love that. So we have that there. We'll push it up. We have this here. The problem is it pushes against that. Now, if this sat there, and that sat there, would it still bump? No, it wouldn't. So if we cut off these two 4 pieces, it might fit in perfectly. Giving it teeth reminds me of Bionicles, and I'm here for it. You know what? That's so incredibly real. We love a Bionicle in this chat. Okay. Alrighty, so that sits up right there now. I don't love what that did to the shape language. I really liked having that separation, but I think that is a very neat merge. Let's put this in first. So then this just sits right up against that. Okay. Then does that. It doesn't give the head a lot of room to breathe, is what I'll say. But it still has some room. I don't think that's... I think this is doable. I think this looks good. Okay, so let's go about assembling this. So I think first, we're going to put this on here. And I think this is a job for soupy glue. Because I really like the texture this gives it. It looks like it has a really complicated neck in there, you see? Or this might be a job for hot glue. Never mind, it's sticking. Okay. And I think I'm going to hot glue this on after I get this in. Because I really want that to be pushed forward. Let's see here. I know that's too much. That ain't going anywhere now. Great. Where's my toothpick? This has gotten so messy here. I'll use my pencil. Okay. Now this can go on there. That looks very cool. I might do a small piece of wire. I might drill a small piece of wire in there to really connect the two of them. Because I don't think it's going to be a strong enough connection otherwise. Now the question of the hour is, where the fuck are my drill bits? I just realized we haven't taken a break this whole stream. That's crazy. Right. There they are. Found my drill bits. Alrighty. So we're going to use the smallest drill bit size. And there's these drill bits. Let's put these away. Come here. There we go. Perfect. I keep managing to get this set on an angle, which is impressive. All right. I'm looking for the collar. Here's the collar. And I'm just going to drill right in. Okay. Not really quite far enough. I need to drill farther in. Okay, now I just do the same thing over here. And I can't go too far. I'll go out the top of the head. Okay. And now, we're going to use one of my new favorite tools, which is just the humble paperclip. Why would you buy armature wire when you could buy paper clips in bulk? I do love the transgender bionicle memes. They make me very happy. Relating to what you said, Boo. Okay. We shouldn't need too long of a wire. This is going to be a little too long. But now we can set that into the hole we drilled. We just need to pull down about that much. We'll come back in, watermelon emoji. Yeah, we'll try the cool camera for a while. We'll see how we like it. That just hit my curtains with a terrifying speed. Okay, that's great. That gives it a lot of wiggle room. Okay. So I think we're gonna hot glue this in. So just a tiny little dabble. Just a wee dabble. And then there we go. And the exact same thing over here. Just a wee dabble. There we go. I really like that. Okay. And we wanted a little antenna. And who am I to say no to my own whims? And then this can just kind of come up behind it like a harness. That's very cool. I like that a lot. Okay, I might add some more dimensionality up here, because we had these earlier. And adding these as like armor pads, especially if they're off kilter a little bit, would look really cool. Okay. Let's put this on first. So we need glue there on the back. Cool. All right. Okay. That rips. So now there's like a lot of texture there. And we might add some more textures to the back tank in a little bit. I think a lot of this is going to be adding more weight and texture to the front, because the back looks so great now. I mean, we got to get the arms in there, obviously, but this is great. I think I can just attach it onto here now. Oh, wow. Hey, I tell you what, chat, that's pretty darn cool. I'm just gonna get a lot of hot glue right here. And that's the back, this is the front. Okay. That's pretty good. I gotta say, hey, patting myself on the back, that's pretty darn good. It's got that very Tau head, it's got that big body. Adi. Now we really gotta work on the arms and the legs. The legs, I mean, we always knew the legs are gonna be the tricky part, right? Well, the torso is also the tricky part. That's cool. I'm really pleased with that. It's not the neatest thing in the world, but I mean, like, you can really see where everything goes. Oh, let's put the antenna on. Okay. That's great. That's very fun, that little antenna sticking out the back. Kind of looks like hair. Wow. Oh. I'm so used to working with the super glue now. I'm not used to the drying time of model glue. Kind of looks like his hair is swept back in anger, you know? Like he's tucking his ears behind his head like a wolf or a rabbit. Aurora, have so much fun at D&D! Okay. Well, that's rad as hell. The legs are really important to me. The question is how to make them work. We have these hinges. I think it's going to be more about finding the... You can do it, Morgan. You can form a single coherent thought. It's going to be more about finding the big circular portions that they're going to rotate around that is going to be more important. Because we have some stuff here. I can use this, and we could use these as the rotating points, but I just don't know how to cap them off, which I'm sure I could just put some stuff on top of them. But we have some... We have like these legs. I'm using the other leg for another kitbashing project, but that would kind of be perfect. We need to take these apart. I tell you what, I am exhausted, so I think I'm going to end the stream here for tonight, because I had so much fun. I hope y'all had so much fun too. So I'm going to swing back over to the chat zone.
That was fun as hell. I'm so glad we got to spend this time together. And I hope you will join me this Thursday when we're going to be playing some cool as hell City Skylines, and we're going to be building a city together. That's going to be so exciting. So let's see if anybody we love is streaming right now. Who do we have here? Let's see. I think I have the perfect person. I think we're gonna raid another person building some minis, and I think that'll be very fun. Let's see who is live right now. Give me just one sec. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna raid Luna Bacon, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. Luna Bacon is building and painting some wonderful minis, so I think that'll be very, very fun. The new raid thing is great. Okay. Let me go. Luna Bacon. Okay, we're gonna raid Luna Bacon. Perfect. Alrighty, well I hope y'all will join me on this raid. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun over there. And I will see you there. And I think that's going to be the end of the stream for tonight. Good night, everybody.